squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the 49ers and the Falcons on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
Corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And just think about what his ceiling in the NFL could be, because when you go back to his one collegiate season as a starter, the full season, he went undefeated, didn't throw an interception, and ran for over 1,000 yards as well. When you see him hit the field, you see a possible superstar in the making.
On play action, Lance. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
On the ready?
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. McCaffrey on the counter. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw, it's Lance. Dancing to his left. He went backwards. 5 yards there on third down to bring up 4. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And it's taken in at the 9. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's Algier again on second down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On second, here's Algier. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ballgame for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Coup now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
It's still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And it'll bring up third down.
Right where they set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing his Lance on third down.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at about the 28.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be Falcon football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers. But you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Algier with another carry.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Algier now up the middle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. A 23-yard run.
And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Coup for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
Open man is Samuel. Complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on third down here.
And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Taken in at the 11.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Starting the drive with Algier.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
141 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. So first down, and they'll stick with Algier. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown!
Kyle Pitts.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it is 28-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Lance, and that went off the mark, a little late with a throw. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, 61 yards. And the Falcons get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Koo now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
We'll start with the option.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Lance to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, Love. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Love. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 39 yards there, a big one.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he gets in. Touchdown Atlanta. Cordell Patterson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Throwing now is Lance.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Charles, you look at that run, and in your garrulous and loquacious manner, how would you break down the Nick Dynasty that occurred when that was bounced outside? It was almost Machiavellian, wasn't it?
The capricious dichotomy of their play calling is almost a non sequitur. And Brandon,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd and 10,
Lance. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Desperation time here. Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Lance now on 1st down.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. And Lance now to throw.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
A big connection on that one. 43 yards.
it looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, they threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for the Falcons, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
With your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.